Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day. Happy Saturday to you. We're going to take a quick look here at a few coins today, Solana being one of those. What we want to look at here, of course, is where we left off yesterday with that support level, roughly at about 127, if that's going to hold or not. It does look like it wants to, obviously, because if we're looking on the daily here, we haven't wicked down or anything of that sort. So solid chance we see a bounce off that level. But once again, we're going to verify a few other key factors to make sure it's worthwhile either taking a long, considering a short, whatever what the deal is. I know a lot of folks were shorting from 130 to 129 and kind of just jumping around in that range. Again, all things possible. So if you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. Hope you learned something here today. I do love teaching and trading and been doing it for over 20 years now. So if you're part of my community, wonderful to have you along. You are an amazing part of my life. If you're not, consider jumping on over. We've got an awesome Discord. Everyone's super supportive. And of course, we got some nice signals here too. We took profits on ENJ, 214%, XRP, 57%, ICP trade we took yesterday at 20% rather. Chainlink, 20% as well, and Litecoin from last month, 84%. So nice little swing trades here coming into play today. Yesterday was a monstrous day for us, so congrats again to everyone. And welcome aboard to the new members who are joining, because if you haven't yet already, make sure you read through the signals guide. It is absolutely an imperative. It's available on our Discord here, just helping understand the difference between the trade signals that I send. Okay, so let's look at the Solana backend data here, right? This is the last 7 days. It's not a heavy concentration yet, but again, we zoom in, we'll probably see a bit better. However, last 7 days, we can see, once again, 140 as that highest point of concentration of liquidation, and of course, 126 really close to that lower level. So it would make sense for the price to either bounce from here or go lower. I know it seems redundant, right? Price is going to go up or down. But we'll talk more about that here in a minute, because again, as you build more of a volume profile and you have an average true range, good things can happen off of those levels. So we'll talk about that here in a minute. So you can kind of see here, 129 is that high volume profile in the most recent range, and we want to be mindful of that. Okay? Keep in mind, there's a pretty significant gap between the current price point and the $115, $113 range we talked about yesterday. So let's go ahead and discuss that. Let's go ahead and see. All moving averages are good here, of course. The daily is going to give us mostly bullish signs here. We are starting to see stochastic slow down and come down. We're also seeing that we are losing 70 on the RSI. That really just implies the price could continue to drop lower. Okay, now it doesn't mean that the sky is falling and that we're in a terrible shape. It just kind of implies that whatever support we have at that range may not be holding. And that could be that 127 mark, right? Today's candlestick hasn't closed yet, so it's nothing that's definitive, but once more, just something to be mindful of and to pay attention to. The 4-hour time frame is going to do a much better job about helping us understand what that looks like. To me, the 4-hour time frame is really the only time frame you need. Once again, I'm not saying you don't use other time frames, but if I had one time frame, I would pretty much just choose a 4-hour. Again, it fits my trading style because of my swing trades and how long I hold them for. So having said all that, we're above all moving averages, but we are testing soon here the 20-day SMA. That's just the initial trend setter letting us know that we may be losing that trend line, and the fact of the matter is the price could continue lower. Money flow index is low, which is normal for the situation here as the price is pulling back, hitting that resistance level. Same thing with stochastic. It's trying to swing up, but it hasn't yet. So it could be a bullish sign, but I think it's a little premature. And of course, we see 50 on the RSI. We can observe here that we're still above that. So this is not like a bearish situation at all, but it is letting us know that, hey, the shift in momentum has occurred. It should continue to the downside. We should presume and expect the price to pull back. Is basically what it's telling us. Okay. Now, support levels, they are good levels to pay attention to and watch, but keep in mind this support level is just a previous day close, 126.50, round number 127. It's not as supportive as these other indicators letting us know the price is likely to continue lower. Now, we could get a pivot and a bounce here, of course, because once more, if you aren't familiar, Bitcoin dominance is pulling back. A lot of altcoins are absorbing that dominance, right? But again, price of Bitcoin is pulling back too. And if you look at Solana and Bitcoin, Solana has aligned itself in the last few hours with Bitcoin, right? So the last, 24 hours roughly, Solana's been pulling back with Bitcoin. So if that continues, we can presume Solana will too. Okay. Furthermore, as well, if we looked at this yesterday, where we were kind of in a funky place with Ichimoku Cloud, because the lagging span was within the price action at the time. Now it's not. It's free and clear. Conversion line's below the baseline. So really just telling us we have this shift in momentum that's occurred, right? Where the price should likely continue lower. Moving forward, though, we're not out of the cloud yet. So in all reality, we don't have any confirmation that a short position is viable for at least another 12 hours. Okay, so I'm not saying a short at this point, but we can see the price action is having difficulty holding this line. It continues to retest this lower level, and oftentimes when you see that, the price does more than likely bounce. Continue to the downside. There are occasions where it can bounce, but we don't have other contributing factors to letting us know that that's the situation. We haven't really bottomed out on the 4-hour either. We're kind of halfway through this progression to the downside. So to me, I think we're more likely to see the price drop than continue higher from here. I hope it does continue higher, of course, but you just got to be pretty realistic here. Most signs are pointing down and over. There's nothing that's like truly bullish here. If you take a long position, you're kind of just you're trying to be lucky, right? And luck doesn't really work in crypto market. It'll work a few times and it'll give you a false sense of security, but trust me, folks, in the long run, it's not going to be ideal. And I get a lot of folks coming over to my community after having destroyed their accounts multiple times. And I can tell you the best thing they learn is patience and low position size, low leverage, right? So if you could decide to take a long position right now, it's not the worst idea ever. It's just, it would be a terrible idea to put everything you got into it, right? That makes sense? So there's my 2 cents. Make sure also too, if you're using Bitunix exchange, link down below, we need 60 members to register by the 6th of this month to allow for us to have our nice little $10,000 trading contest. So it's awesome, folks. Check them out. No KYC, no VPN required. If you use this link to register, of course, well, you have to qualify. But if you do, you get some nice benefit rewards too for registering. So awesome stuff. Check that out. Thanks again so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you in tomorrow's video. Have a good rest of your day. Take care. Thank you.